What's up, Ritbo? Been a while, huh? But everything's been good, bro. Just same as most people everywhere. Working. Still have the same job. I've had the same job for like fucking like Jesus for like 4 years. And I can't really complain. They've been treating me good. I've got a couple raises since I started. I'm a supervisor now and everything's good, to be honest. I'm married now, which is amazing. I found like the most amazing person to be around finally. But overall, life's been good. I can't really complain. How did I get good at 1v1ing? Well, probably like everybody else, man. I got my ass whooped in the beginning. For a while there, I could hit 3, 4, 5 pieces in like 2013. And towards the end of 2013, I could 10 piece already. But then I thought I was like amazing, dude. I thought I was like a goat. I thought I was a beast. So I joined that tourney. I can't remember what comp player hosted it, but there was a bunch of old players like VASK, WABBYY, RiseEye. I can't remember if you were in it or not, but anyway. Well, I was unlucky enough to get VASK on the first round, so I got my ass whooped 2-0 on the very first game. So that was like a shocker. I was like, what the fuck, man? I'm not that great after all. So early 2014, after I got whooped by VASK, I was like, you know what? No. After I got whooped by VASK, I was like, nah, something's got to change. I noticed that my ground game wasn't that good after I started playing with comp players, and I guess I used to always go for the same traps, and I feel like that's what helped me find a bunch of different variations, to where I noticed that like VASK usually used the middle a lot, but then I noticed he wasn't too strong. Like the middle, I mean like in front of yellow house, on top of the bush, like where people started spamming new gen. So that's when I started like, no, you know what? Everybody plays in the same area, so I'm gonna figure out how to just spawn trap everyone from everywhere, so I have the upper hand in every game. And of course, somebody else that used to always beat me too was LC. I learned a lot from LC. Probably that's the person I learned how to play from the most when it comes to like ground game, wall banging, and he kind of taught me the first spawn traps, to be honest. And I also watched a lot of players, a lot like WABBYY. I feel like, honestly, a lot of the movement that I realized was good to use in gameplay was from watching WABBYY play. I also learned a lot from you, to be honest, because in mid 2014, me and you, LC, and I were probably moving up towards the top 3 already. And yeah, just any great player I got to play against, anybody I played against, to be honest, not just every great player. I feel like everybody that I played against taught me something, because everybody has different play styles, so I adapted enough to be able to play against any player, ground gamer, high piece, or anything. So yeah, thanks to the whole community, I could say. Honestly, yeah, I do miss Black Ops 1 from time to time, because I mean, it was a game that got me into Call of Duty. Like, I played Modern Warfare 2, but I didn't really get into like Call of Duty Hard or quickscoping or anything till Black Ops 1. And yeah, it's my favorite game by far that has ever came out. And I miss like nothing wrong against the new gents, but back in the day when we'd have 18 people lobbies, everybody just fucking going hard, playing, trying different variations, different playstyles, but towards the end, everybody was just camping and hiding so they could get a high piece. But I don't know, I missed like the 2014 1v1ing probably, where people took it serious enough to get good, but not too serious to just camp and go for that high piece. It was just really fun. Yes, I do remember that, and yeah, I did. I can't lie. It did kind of get to me. I was like, God damn, it's like we really are the best. But I feel like they named us appropriately, because I feel like nobody accomplished what we did. Like, you, LC, and I could get on and beat like even warm up a few games in, we'd still be playing the top players of any fucking generation. And I feel like you and I mostly were the ones that, you, LC, and I were the ones that got like 1v1ing pretty popular, because back then everybody used to talk shit about 1v1ers, and it was all about comp, and comp people are the best and this and that. But like, I didn't care. I kept 1v1ing and kept smacking people. If I smacked a comp player and they talk shit, I'd talk shit back and be like, nah bro, like I'm sorry, you might be good at comp, but this is what I do, and if I whooped your ass here, then you suck at 1v1ing. I feel like we got to the point where if you think of 1v1ing, and or even if anybody thinks of the, like, who are, ask themselves who are the best 1v1ers, like us three are definitely at the top. Like, well, they're at that time, you could say. Like, no doubt, anybody, any list anybody made, it'd always be the us three at the top. Okay, so this is a hard one. I feel like geez, back in 2016 when Arrogant was challenging me like fucking almost like every couple days for rank, I feel like Arrogant for sure was the better player, for sure. But I feel like he quit, and the overall GAMBYY just got so insanely good that he could fucking 360 and 10 PCU, and if you got killed by GAMBYY anytime, you knew it'd have to be it would for sure be a 10 piece. So I feel like over time, GAMBYY probably takes the win. GAMBYY's a beast, man. He's really good, and I like playing him because he doesn't camp. He's overall just a smart player and tries to outsmart you. And Arrogant was just a fucking tryhard dude. Arrogant's the type of dude that would try his fucking nutsack off in for fun, so that would make him a really good player as well. Yeah, I went back to look for the comment, and I couldn't find it because I can't remember exactly what I said, but he said something about him having to play me and humble me because somebody said that I was unstoppable or some shit like that, when I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, I've literally known Vector since like early 2013, I believe. And I used to be in a feeding clan called MI. And literally since 2013, they've always beat him, so I don't know why the fuck and we were always really good friends. So I don't know why out of nowhere he kind of like started taking shots at me. I think even, not even just now, even before he said that he didn't think I was like that good or something like that. And I don't know, I feel like everybody said I was unstoppable for a reason, you know what I mean? Even then, even when he was on the Supreme account, I smacked everybody in Supreme. Supposedly Supreme was like the big thing and this and that, but yeah, no, definitely beat all of them. So I don't know why he said he had to humble me. I guarantee you, out of every game we've played since 2013, I probably have like 95% of the wins, maybe even 98. But I don't know. He was a decent player, but I don't know why the fuck he said he was gonna, saying he humbled me and this and that. But I don't know. I don't really care. I feel like the stats speak for themselves, and the community speaks for itself, especially since for somebody that's like us that have been around since like 2012, 13, 14, like since back then, you know. I got nothing to prove. Everybody knows who's better, so that's all I gotta say. Like, no disrespect. Like, I always liked Vectors and got along with them, but it just is what it is, you know. The top 3 challenges off the top of my head, that's the hard one because there was a lot of good people throughout the years and I played for a long time, but god damn it, I'd probably have to give you 4. Sorry to fuck up your question, but I feel like from back in the day when I first started 1v1ing and stuff, the 2 people that were I had a super hard time beating were for sure LC and WABBYY. And then anything after that, probably my other 2 people that were pretty hard to beat were yourself and Pitbull. You 2 are fucking nerds, and I mean, we're top players, so I can't really say anybody else because we're literally at the top of the food chain, and the top play against the top, you know what I mean? The top struggle against the top, if that makes any sense. Okay, players, if they would have kept playing, they would have definitely been top 10. For sure, two of my juniors. Well, I taught them like literally every spawn trap they know and how to 1v1, but they won't admit they're my juniors. Which would be itzLeapy and itzAlex11, ZL Linky. They would have been for sure top players. I'd seen them beat Vocals and SWAT and other people that were supposedly the best in the community, and these guys didn't even take 1v1ing serious. They were just like weekend 1v1ers, if that makes any sense. And let me think of some other people that could have made top 10. I feel like if probably WABBYY kept playing, he would have and actually cared about getting his spawn trapping good. I feel like he would have easily been like a top 5, but I feel like WABBYY didn't care enough about the game. He'd just get on, smack a few people and get off, and then you wouldn't see him again for a few months. WABBYY for sure. But yeah, at the moment I can't think of anybody else that I believe would have made top 10. But for sure, Sleepy, the nigga Sleepy, and Alex for sure. Alex11, Linky still plays too. But he plays PS4, and he's actually really good. Like, he left BO1, and we all made a competitive like a UMG team on BO3, and he stuck to the newer Call of Duties, and he's still really good. But yeah, those two definitely for sure would have been top 10. With Curvy, he asked me if I could teach him and if he could be my junior, and this was at a time where I started playing and I was more into Call of Duty, like more into BO1 again. But honestly, I don't think I ever got the chance to really train him. I feel like if I would have took a few months to actually play with him and get him better, show him his mistakes and stuff, I feel like I could have got him to be way better than he is right now. But yeah, I did. He asked me if he could be my junior, and I was like, sure, yeah, I'll teach you. But work started getting really busy, so I feel bad that I kind of left him hanging, and I wish I could have taught him a little more. But I mean, that's life, and we're all doing stuff we have to do every day, so it's kind of hard to tell, because like you and I, like LC always played pretty similar, and I feel like, I don't know, it'd be kind of hard to tell. I feel like if we all kept playing, I feel like we'd all still be pretty even, to be honest. I feel like it would, like, if once you're a top player, no matter who you're playing, and the more you play, you adapt. So if you would have kept playing, I feel like he'd definitely be a top player, but it would be like a thing where probably you, him, and I would probably still be considered the top, like, number one, if that makes any sense. Yeah, you go 1v1ers or something else. I don't know why Vector's got all like started talking shit about people and saying he was like number one and stuff, but I don't know, I feel like if you gotta use your ego to say you're amongst the top players, I don't know, I feel like you just aren't. That should be proof that you aren't, because like you and I have always let the community speak for itself, you know, and our game, like our dominance over other players speak for itself. Anytime, so that's the only reason I came back in 2016, because everybody was saying, oh no, Pipe's trash and all the new 1v1ers are great and stuff. So what I do, I literally got on, practiced for like a day and a half, and then just completely obliterated everybody. But yeah, man, this is a really hard one. I feel like since WABBYY quit playing, VASK surpassed them a little bit, but I think they're pretty even, to be honest. For sure, I think they're pretty even. They were both really hard to play against, and back before WABBYY quit, I feel like WABBYY was harder to beat than VASK, but I feel like over the time, once WABBYY quit, I feel like VASK might have got better, but I feel like they're pretty even. No, I'd probably say VASK. VASK had better traps. Yeah, maybe VASK is a little better, but they're both really, really good, so. If you would put both of those guys in their prime for 8 rounds, I feel like it's one of those questions that you don't know what would happen since they were both so great. I feel like you can't say, oh, I think Pitbull or I think LC. I feel like they'd be being biased on who you like the most, but it's one of those things that if it never happened, you could guess what's gonna happen, but nobody knows what would have happened, if that makes any sense. So I don't think I can pick a side. It'd be like if somebody asked, like, if Red Bull and Pipe 8 rounds prime to prime, like, it's just something we will probably never get to find out, if that makes any sense. If it didn't happen, you can't really make a statement, if that makes any sense. I honestly don't think it's a coincidence because there's times that, like, I don't know, like, I wanted to play and stuff, and like, I'll put this as an example. Daisian, I always forget how to pronounce his name. The BO2 1v1er that is really cool with the whole BO1 community, but I was supposed to play him like for post, but like I played for like a day and then I got sent to work somewhere else, so I just kind of left the game in the air when it never happened. And it would have been pretty cool to play him and stuff, but stuff just happens to where you can't get online no more. And no, I don't think it was a coincidence. I feel like stuff came up in his life where it was more important than playing your video game, you know, because I know for sure it's happened to me in the past. Alright, so these players ranked from best to worst. I have to give number 1 to Arrogant, number 2 to Vocals, number 3 to Randy's, number 4 to GAMBYY, and number 5 to Vectors. The way I came up with this was looking back at how hard it was to beat each of these players. And I feel like Arrogant gave me like a really good challenge. He was sweaty every game, and if you weren't concentrating on the game, for sure he was going to smack you. Vocals was a drop-shotting nerd, and he's one of the people that I taught how to play, so he knew my playstyle pretty well, and we played a lot, so he was pretty hard to beat too. Randy's is just a monster too. Constant 10 pieces. Just an amazing player for sure. GAMBYY is a ground game nerd. He's just, if you don't have a good shot, you're gonna lose for sure. And Vectors, I mean, he was pretty good too, but I feel like he's a good player for sure, but I feel like I had a tougher time beating the players above him than him, so no disrespect or anything, but that's how I feel. Okay, so this is my official top 10 list, and okay, here we go. Number 1, myself. Number 2, Red Bull. Number 3, Pitbull. Number 4, LC. Number 5, GAMBYY. Number 6, Vocals. Number 7, SWAT. Number 8, Arrogant. Number 9, Sapphire. And number 10, Rezanity. Yeah, that's my top 10 for sure. And everybody has their own opinion, but I put myself as number 1 because I know how much effort I put into the community since 2013, where even when all the comp players were saying that 1v1ing was trash and this and that, and I feel like people like you and myself made the community what it is right now. And I also put myself as number 1 because I know how many times I've beat everybody. I know how hard of a time I had beating people. Even when I wasn't active, I was still really dominant, and that's just my opinion. But the top 5, I feel like there's no doubt that we are the top 5, and we all had great primes, and we were all amazing players, and we all did something to change the community in a way. And it's just crazy to think how much time has passed and how it's been like a 7 or 8 year journey between everybody. Also, I guess that sums up the interview, and just want to say hi to everybody, and I hope every 1v1er that I ever played with that is watching this is hopefully having a great life and doing something with it. So yeah, it was awesome talking to everybody, and thanks Red Bull for giving me the chance to do this interview. It was pretty fun, and it's fun to can be back in the community a little bit and get to speak my mind on stuff. So hope everybody enjoys the video. Oh yeah, one last thing I wanted to add, that next week I'll be available to play in case anybody wants to hop on for old time's sakes and play a few rounds, fuck around, or even if we get enough people to get online, we could play some scrims. If anybody want to play next week, make sure to send me a friend request or send me a message or something, and it'd be cool to play, you know, before next thing you know they do is shut down the servers and we never get to play again.